Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to my office. As you guys know, I am about to launch my new brand, and this is the office where I make all the prototypes, where I experiment with different stuff. And in the last few weeks, as you guys know, the whole world's been stuck in quarantine. I've been stuck in my office, and I honestly kind of like it because I'm almost pressured to be productive. So I've been experimenting with making different types of masks, different techniques, and some of them turned out really cool, and I wanted to share with you guys. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys make some of your own masks, and yeah, I'd love to see them. Let's go. So the first step is choosing a fabric. The best fabric to use is cotton, but you can use any fabric and any colors you prefer. I have a box full of old fabrics that I collected over the years, but I also have a bag full of old thrifted clothing that I like to use for sewing. Here's what else you're gonna need. First step is to thread the machine. Make sure to use a color thread similar to the fabric you're using. Since I'm using blacks and grays, I decided to go with the black thread. Then you want to set your machine to do a zigzag stitch as wide as possible and about 1 millimeter length. Don't forget to do a test first to make sure everything's working properly. For the next part, you want to take your different color fabrics and you want to cut out random geometric shapes. It doesn't matter which shapes you choose, this part's not important. You should end up with something that looks like this. You then want to lay one piece of fabric over the other and sew them together. It should look like this. You want to keep on doing this until you have a fabric piece big enough to fit your pattern. Now the next part is the funnest part of the whole process. You don't need to do it necessarily, but I wanted to add this cool little feature. Silk screening is basically printing through photo emulsion. In other words, this screen acts as a stencil for my logo. You want to cover up all other logos so that the paint doesn't go through the screen. You then want to take some silkscreen ink and apply it to the side, and then with this squeegee you want to flood your logo, and then you want to apply pressure from the top to the bottom. You do that 2 to 3 times. You want to get some wax paper and cover your logo, and then with a hot iron apply pressure for a few minutes just so the ink sets into the fabric. Take your pattern piece and overlay it onto the fabric pieces you just sewed together. Mark it with chalk all around so that you can cut it easier later. You then want to make 2 folds on the rectangular piece of fabric you just cut. This part is kind of complicated, but use an iron to press it down to make it easier. This is for the nose piece so that the mask fits better to your face. You then want to choose a string or elastic to use for the mask. I have a bunch of strings to choose from, but I decided to go with orange. Cut out 2 pieces of string about the same length and lay them on either side of the mask. You want to fold the edges over and then stitch it shut. And boom, there we have it, the very first mask. I added some transparent cording stoppers to make the mask adjustable, and I also hand stitched a star in the top right corner and added some pins to it. For the next mask, we're going to be creating a tie-dye mask. We're going to start off by scrunching white piece of fabric and then applying the tie-dye to it. We're then going to wrap it up and we're going to let it sit for 6 hours. The next step is to rinse the fabric in warm water to get rid of all the excess tie-dye. Then you want to put it into the dryer. Once it's out of the dryer, we're pretty much going to repeat all the same steps as the first mask. this is what the mask ended up looking like. I added some neon green coating stoppers and burnt the edges to prevent fraying. For the next one, we're going to be making another screen printed mask. Again, we're going to be repeating the same steps as the other two masks. So this is where it gets a little different. We're going to be using eyelets, eyelid hole cutters, as well as a hammer. You want to take the little eyelid hole cutter and a hammer and make 4 holes evenly on each side of the mask. Next, you want to insert both sides of the eyelets, and then with this tool you want to hammer them shut. After you've done this part, you want to weave your choice of string through the eyelets. The cool part about this mask is if you get bored of the color of the string, you can easily change it with a different color. I then added pins and transparent coating stoppers. I really hope you guys liked this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you guys are making your own masks after this video. Also, leave a comment under this video and I'm probably going to be choosing a few winners to give these masks away to since I don't need them. I have so many masks. But anyways, hope you guys liked this video and I'll see you in the next one. That was awesome.